Hello there, welcome to HugoConf. I am Vishakha Sawra and a self-taught front-end developer. Today I'm so excited to share my talk with Hugo's community. Thank you for joining me, and now let's start with our talk on how to convert a Hugo website into a progressive web app. So let's get started. Here is a quick overview of what we will be discussing today. Our first topic of the day is Progressive Web Apps or PWAs. Next up, we will take a closer look at Hugo, a powerful static site generator that's gaining popularity among developers. Then we will select a Hugo theme for our progressive web app conversion. Lastly, I'll show you how to transform your Hugo website into a progressive web app. So, let's get into it. What are PWAs? PWAs or progressive web apps are a type of web application that combines the best of both web and mobile apps. Progressive web apps are web applications that are built using standard web technologies such as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This allows developers to create PWAs using familiar web development tools and languages. PWAs use these technologies to provide an app-like experience in the browser, making them accessible on a wide range of devices and platforms without the need for platform-specific development tools or languages. PWAs are designed to work seamlessly on any platform or devices with a modern web browser such as your desktop computers, smartphones, and tablets. PWAs are responsive. They load quickly and work seamlessly offline by caching data. They deliver an app-like feel with smooth performance and can be installed on home screens like any other native apps and ensure data security through HTTPS. Now, let's take a closer look at Hugo. What is Hugo? Hugo is a static site generator written in the Go programming language. It is one of the most popular static site generator and is known for its speed, flexibility, and ease of use. A static site generator is a tool that takes your content and templates and converts them into static HTML pages. This means that the pages are pre-rendered and served to user directly without the need for a server-side application to process them. This makes static site very fast and efficient. Hugo supports a wide range of features such as Markdown, image processing, multilingual support, multiple themes, asset management, and many more. Now, what makes Hugo the best candidate for progressive web apps? When considering Hugo for PWA conversion, its speed and simplicity become key features. PWAs require fast loading times, responsive design, and efficient use of web resources, all of which aligns with Hugo's strength. Since Hugo generates static HTML files, the resulting websites are incredibly fast to load. This speed is essential for progressive web apps, as it ensures a smooth and quick user experience even on slow and unreliable networks. Hugo's simplicity also plays an important role in PWA development. Creating a PWA involves implementing features like Service Worker for offline capabilities and manifest file for installation on the home screen, which we will discuss later on. Now that we are familiar with Hugo, let's select a suitable Hugo theme for our project. Let's head over to the gohugo.io website and navigate to the themes section. Within the themes section, you will find this theme called Salinger-theme. To get a feel of this theme, you can explore its live demonstration by clicking on Demo. As you scroll down the page, you will come across the Quick Start section. In the Prerequisite section, you will find the following requirements. You should have Hugo, Git, and NPM installed on your local machine. Now, for installing the theme, you should add this theme as a submodule to your new Hugo site. Then create a new hugo.toml file in the root directory and add the content in it from the hugo.toml file present in the example folder. Then we have to install the required dependencies in the root as well as in the themes folder. So for now, let's just copy this line. Open the terminal and let's start by creating a new Hugo site. To create a new Hugo site, you have to run the command Hugo new site, then followed by your Hugo site name. In my case, it's going to be Hugo-PWA. And now let's navigate to this folder. Then let's initialize an empty Git repository by running the command git init. After that, let's add the Selinka theme as a submodule. The line that we copied from the Hugo website earlier, let's paste it over here and then let's enter. So now you will see here that it has done cloning, and now to open this folder in our VS Code, let's run the command code followed by period. Now the next thing we have to do is copy over the hugo.toml file present in the example folder into the hugo.toml file present in our root directory. So let's copy all of its content and let's close this, and in the hugo.toml file, let's paste the content that we copied from the hugo.toml file present in the example folder. And let's just uncomment this, okay? And let's save the file. Additionally, you will need to copy all of the content present in this example site folder, this content folder, into the root directory. So what we will do is we will delete this content folder present into the root, and then let's copy this content present in the example site folder and paste it into the root directory. So now these files are all copied, alright. Once that's done, it's time to install the dependencies both into the root and into the theme folder. So let's just copy this for now. Open the terminal and paste these commands, okay? And let's click on enter. And it will start installing all the packages it needs. So now it has done installing all the packages it needs into the themes folder. The next thing we will do is copy all of these commands and then paste it, and let's click on enter. And now it's installing all of the npm packages into our root directory. After all of it's done, at last let's run the command Hugo server, which will start serving the website on the local host 1313. Let's control plus click on it, and there you have your website running. Amazing, right? And when you scroll here, you will see the content that we have copied from the content folder present in the example site, and this is also working. Light and dark themes, system default, okay. And here we have the post, so when we click on it, it's working fine as well. Pretty amazing. So once this Hugo website is set up, now the next step is to convert this Hugo site into a progressive web app. So to achieve this transformation of turning the Hugo site into a progressive web app, there are two crucial elements to keep in mind. First one is manifest.json file. The manifest.json file is another key aspect of progressive web app. It is a JSON file that contains metadata about your web application, such as its name, icons, and display preferences. Configuring this file properly ensures that your web app can be installed on user devices like a native app. Then we have service worker file, sw.js. This service worker file is a fundamental component of progressive web app. It's a JavaScript file that runs in the background and handle tasks like caching, offline functionality, and push notification. We will create and configure this file to enhance your website performance and user experience. Then we have to register the service worker file. After creating the service worker file, we will need to register it into our website's code. This step is crucial as it will enable the service worker file to run in the background, providing us the progressive web app features. And then what we will do is we will test the progressive web app into our dev tools. Let's get back to our code. Our next step is to create two essential files which we talked about, manifest.json file and the sw.js file, the service worker file. So let's over to the static folder present in the root directory and let's create the two file sw.js, that will be a service worker file, and let's create the manifest.json file. And also let's create an image folder in this and let's name it for now img, which will contain all the icons that we want for the manifest file. Let's start writing the code in manifest.json file. Name and short name defines the name of the progressive web app. Name defines how the application will be listed. Short name is the name accompanying the icon on the home screen. Description is a brief description of what your PWA does or represents. Icons define an array of images. These specify a collection of icons that represent your app on different devices and contexts. To include icons of various sizes, you can use this fantastic PWA builder image generator. Here, what you need to do is start by selecting a logo you have designed for your progressive web app and then download it. This tool will generate a folder containing all the required images. Choose the icons of various sizes from this folder and paste them into the image folder located within the static directory of our project. So let's copy all of these images and let's paste it into our image folder. Now once you have pasted the icons in the image folder of your project, the next step is to include them into the manifest file. Each icon is defined by its source, the image file path name, then the size, which is dimension in pixels, then type, the image format, and then the purpose. So just like this, include as many images as you can. So these are all the icons sizes which I am using. Okay. Next we will have the start URL, which will define the URL where your PWA should start when launched. Display determines how your app should be displayed. So standalone here means it should appear as a standalone application, not in the browser window. Instead of standalone, you can also use full screen, minimal UI or browser. Then orientation defines or specifies the default orientation for the web application. Portrait means it starts in a portrait mode. Background color sets the background color displayed when the PWA is loading. Theme color is the default theme color for the application. On Android, this is also used to color the status bar. So once we are done with manifest.json file, let's save this file. Before we move forward with including this manifest.json file to the HTML file, let's head over to the browser where the website is running on localhost 1313. Right click anywhere on this page and then let's select Inspect. To launch the browser DevTools. Within the Developer Tools, navigate to the Application tab. There you will find a section for the manifest file, service worker file, and storage. And now as you will see that it says no manifest file has been detected even for the service worker, and storage is also at 0, and in cache you will see nothing. Okay, so let's include this manifest file in HTML. Head back to the code and here you will have this layout folder which is empty for now. And when you open this themes folder, you will have this layout folder in here. Let's just copy this and delete this layout folder which is present in the root directory. And then the folder you copied from this theme folder, paste it into the root directory. So let's open this partial folder, and in this you will find this head.html file, and here you will have all these meta tags. So Below this, add these 2 lines of code. Theme color meta tag will allow us to define the color that will be used for the browser's UI when the progressive web app is launched. Okay, you can replace it with any color code you prefer. Then the next, we are linking the manifest file, which is very important for our progressive web app. It links to our manifest file, which contains metadata about our web application. When user visits the website, their browser can discover this manifest file and use it to prompt them to install your progressive web app on their device's home screen. Before moving any further, make sure that you save this HTML file. Now let's verify if the manifest.json file is functioning correctly. And now when you head over to the localhost 1313, and before even refreshing, my manifest file is already here, but if you cannot see it, what you have to do is you have to refresh the file once again. And here you will see, or you will find, the details such as the name, short name, description, and icons have all been retrieved from the manifest.json file we just created. Pretty amazing, right? And in service worker, you will see that we do not have any service worker as of now, but you got this manifest file and it is coming from this manifest.json file which we created in our code. Okay. So now that our manifest is working properly and it is linked and it is functioning, let's proceed to create this service worker file. Okay. So let's close this files for now and close this also. And in the sw.js file, let's start by importing the workbox library, specifically the service worker script from a content delivery network. You can visit that documentation on this link and grab the code for importing the script from here. After that, we will use destructuring assignments to extract specific functions or objects from the workbox library. Register route is a destructuring assignment that extracts the register route function from the workbox routing module and assigns it to a variable within the same name, register route. Precache and route is another destructuring assignment that extracts the precache and route function from the workbox.precaching module and assigns it to a variable with the same name, precache and routing. This register route function registers the routes for caching specific types of files such as CSS and JS. Using the stale file revalidate strategy, it defines a cache name, assets, and specifies caching behavior, including the maximum number of entries and cache lifetime, that is max age seconds. And now the second register route function is similar to the first one. This code register routes for caching images files such as PNG, JPG, GIF using the cache first strategy. It also defines a cache name, images, and caching behavior. Then this function precache and route precaches and routes specific URLs such as index.html and 404.html in this case. Precaching involves storing these URLs as their revisions in the cache, ensuring they are available offline. So basically, this service worker file is used to cache CSS, JS, and image files with specified strategy and cache settings. Additionally, it precaches specific URLs to improve the online performance and reliability for our progressive web app. Let's save this file, and now moving on forward, our next task is to register this service worker file. To do this, open this layout folder, and in this default folder you will find this base of HTML file. And when you scroll down below this script, you have to add one more script here. So just copy all of this code which I have written over here. This script will handle the registration of our service worker. This code will check if the browser supports the service worker, and if it does, registers a service worker for our PWA. It then logs a message to the console to indicate whether the registration was successful or if there was any error. This will ensure that the PWA is working correctly even offline and provide a better user experience. So let's save this file also. And now to verify the functionality of our service worker file, let's open the browser where our website is running. And you will see here that it has already started loading even before I have refreshed it, okay? So what you have to do is just navigate back to this application tab, and in this you will find this service worker section, and you will see that it has been activated and it is running. To stop it, you can stop it from here. This confirms that a service worker file has been successfully registered and is operational. And when you go to the console, you will see that it is pre-caching 2 files and it is responding to our URL. And you will see this message which says that registration is succeeded. Okay. So scrolling down, you will see this cache storage. You will find a workbox cache which displays the 2 files we cached, index.html and 404.html. Additionally, under the assets, you will find the cached CSS file. And then for the images, there is this one icon pre-cached. Okay. Now what we will do is we will conduct a lighthouse test. So click on this arrow and there you will find this lighthouse tab. So here what we will do is click on this analyze page report. And in the matter of moments, the test will generate a report. So you will see that finally we have this report available for our review. But one thing which I am noticing here is that we did not got the right check on this PWA icon. So I don't know why we didn't got this right check, because we did everything. Like we created a manifest file, we created a service worker file, and for the performance, accessibility and best practices and SEO, you will see that we have good numbers. So yeah. So what we will do is we will click on this and you can see that we have this all green here. Okay, so here we have this. So this is why we didn't got that green check mark on that PWA, because in this manifest file we don't have an icon with the purpose maskable. So what we will do is we will head back to our code and let's open up our manifest.json file. What we will do is we will copy this lines of code and we will paste them over here, and in the purpose any, let's say maskable. Okay, we should have at least one icon with the purpose maskable. It is the requirement of the progressive web app. And now when we have saved this file, let's open the browser again, and what we will do is we will empty the cache and we will hard reload it. So let's close this for now and let's analyze this page load again. And now I hope we get that green check mark on that PWA. So it's generating and let's wait for a matter of moment. And there we finally have this green check mark over here on the PWA. Let's click on it and you will see that this now is green. So now everything is perfect. So that's pretty much it. So let's check again our service worker file. It's running and it is activated. The manifest file is also running, and here you will see that we have 2 icons, because one icon was with purpose any and one icon was with purpose maskable. And here you can use as many icons you can. And then in cache storage we have these 2 files. Alright, in asset we have this 1 file, and image we have this 144 dimension 1 icon. So this is pretty much it. So that wraps up our talk. Thank you for joining me in this talk, and I hope you learned something new today. If you have any doubts or queries, please do not hesitate to reach me out on the links given here. Thank you for your time and engagement.